Hello everyone and good evening sa bawat isang scholar sa araling ito ng DevCom 208. I am Joshua Corsega and I will be your reporter for Module 5, topic number 4, which is the social marketing for policy or advocacy. What is it all about? Let's dive in. For this report, we will be defining the social marketing for policy or advocacy. We will give examples, discuss the four approaches, the challenges and measure of success, and my conclusion. Social marketing for social mobilization has four major types of mobilization, which are necessary for a social marketing to succeed. The first one is social marketing for behavior change. And my report is all about social marketing for policy or advocacy. So social marketing for policy or advocacy focuses on influencing decision makers and institutions to create or strengthen policies that support positive social behavior and public welfare. So in essence, it is the use of marketing communication tools to persuade decision makers or those with influence and power to adopt, modify, or enforce a policy. And who are those decision makers? So those decision makers are actually the policy makers. So here, this includes officials of organizations, the local chief executives, lawmakers, down to the city or municipal councilors and barangay officials who take part in formulating a policy. So these are the actors who can push for policy adoption, regulation, ordinances, and even funding. So what are the expected outcomes when we persuade the decision makers? Of course, number one is a policy formulation, such as creation or amendment of existing ordinances or regulations. Number two is changes to support the adoption of the desired behavior. This could be shown, for example, by adoption of new program for health or for environment. And the third one is to sustain the change in behavior by means of passing budget allocation to support the implementation of programs and strengthen its enforcement. So here are some examples of policies at the community level. So municipal order to ban the use of plastics, no waste segregation, no collection policy, the use of plastic bags or eco bags, no smoking in public areas, and localized drug prevention programs. These are some of the popular policies in our country. So we have the Magna Carta for Women, the Special Protection of Children Against Abuse, Exploitation, and Discrimination Act, the Safe Spaces Act or Bawal Bastos Law, Anti-Bullying Act of 2013, and Ecological Solid Waste Management Act. So we have here a very good illustration showing some of the activities of advocacy. On this slide, we have the first approach to social marketing for policy or advocacy, which is advising. So this involves using research, data, and inputs from think tanks to guide the policymakers. The goal is to build technical credibility so that the decision makers trust the recommendations being presented. So in short, advising is about providing evidence-based guidance that helps shape the policy options. The second one is media campaigning. Here, traditional and social media are used to raise awareness, shift public opinion, and create external pressure on policymakers. Tools include press releases, public service announcements, social media posts, and mass communication strategies. This approach works because policymakers respond when they know that the public is informed and paying attention. The third approach is lobbying. This involves direct communication with legislators, staff, and influential leaders through meetings, hearings, and negotiations. The goal is to persuade the decision makers to support or adopt a proposed policy. Lobbying is more often personal and targeted, focusing on building relationships and influence. So the final approach is activism. This is the most public and collective form of advocacy. It mobilizes citizens through rallies, petitions, demonstrations, and other forms of public action. Activism shows that there is a widespread support for an issue and puts visible pressure on institutions to respond. It is powerful because it uses people's voices and collective energy to demand change. So example of this is the Trillion Peso March and the organized rally by Iglesia ni Cristo. So here are the challenges on implementing social marketing for policy or advocacy. First, political interest and power dynamics often determine whether a policy moves forward or not. Some groups may resist because the policy affects their influence and their resources. Second, we encounter resistance from stakeholders. This could be communities, organizations, or leaders who are not ready to adapt to new regulations or behaviors. We have limited public awareness or support, complexity of policy processes, resource constraints, media influence and misinformation, cultural and social barriers, and sustainability of policy information. Moving to the next slide, here are the key measures to evaluate whether a policy or advocacy is successful. So the first one is policy adoption or legislative change. This is when the proposed policy is officially approved or enacted. Second one is the increased political and institutional support, meaning leaders and institutions actively back the advocacy. The third one is the allocation of resources. Fourth one, public awareness and public support. Fifth, the implementation and enforcement of policies, which ensures that the policy is not just passed, but applied in real settings. And the last one, and the most important one, is the long-term social and behavioral impact. This tells us that whether the policy actually change behaviors and improve people's lives over time. So for the conclusion, social marketing for policy or advocacy uses communication strategies to influence decision makers. This focuses on changing the systems rather than changing individual behavior. So that would be all. And here are my references for this report. I hope to receive your feedback on my uh, questions that I will post together with my video. So once again, thank you so much and God bless us all.